All right, the rehearsal room. Aftercare is just as important. Aftercare is more important than before care. Think about this. We prepare, we pray, we warm up, we deliver, and after, we do nothing for recovery. No hydrating, no rest, no cool down. And then we wonder why our voices are shot by Wednesday, Thursday. Your gift is yours to protect. But we're anointed. And so we feel like we don't need to do that. If you keep singing like your vocal cords don't matter, you won't be singing much longer. I used to push through everything. Fatigue, soreness, straight up pain. No technique, no cool down, barely any water. But I was anointed. So it was fine, right? Wrong. I was pouring out and not pouring anything back in. And let me tell you, there's nothing spiritual about burning the candle at both ends. You're burning your voice out in the name of ministry. And that's not sacrifice, that's negligence. We're being negligent with the gift that God has given us. Luke 5:16. So he himself often withdrew into the wilderness and prayed. Jesus himself knew that at some point he had to separate himself from the multitudes, get amongst himself, be quiet, and rejuvenate and recover after pouring out. We think we can just go set to set and service to service with no kind of recovery plan. And that's just not ministry. That's being a martyr. God gave you the gift. You have to protect it. You have to steward it well. Being anointed doesn't mean that you're invincible. If you don't rest your voice, it's going to rest itself on its own terms. If you don't rest your body, it's going to rest itself on its own terms. Your body, your voice will give up on you when it's the least convenient, I promise. And then we'll call that warfare when really it's just poor stewardship. So how do you protect your voice? Well, of course, we all know we warm up and we prep our voice before we deliver. I'm not here to criticize different styles of delivery. You do what works for you. Hopefully, you have a coach, and that coach can help you work on delivering in a way that's healthy for you. But I can tell you what to do after. Get some rest. Drink water. Get some rest, drink water. I do have like a vocal recovery drink that I make, and I take throat coat tea and lavender chamomile tea. They don't interact with each other, so I brew them both at the same time in hot water. And then I add ginger powder, turmeric powder, and just a splash of vanilla and a teaspoon of brown sugar. The ingredients in the throat coat, the licorice, the elmwood. Is it elmwood? Slippery elm. That's what it's called, not elmwood. So the licorice, the slippery elm, those help to line your throat, right? And then you have the lavender and chamomile, which reduces stress levels in your body. And then you have the turmeric and the ginger, which are great for inflammation. So they bring down any inflammation. The vanilla as well is also good for inflammation. And then you drink that. You don't drink it piping hot. Of course, it needs to be hot in order for you to brew the tea, but you don't drink it piping hot. You leave it, let it settle down, let it get warm. You drink it warm. But those tricks, all those tricks and this and that we do, none of that compares to good old hydration and good old rest. You have to take care of the gift that God has given you. You have to steward it well. You weren't just called to sing today. You want to be able to minister for years and years to come. And we don't want to burn out the gift that God has given us. My name is Chris, and I run Simply Chris Creative Studios, where I mentor worship leaders and support creatives through vocal coaching, worship development, and creative services, all rooted in faith and purpose.